race of the season. Not sure if you got a chance to see the results, but the 850 was undefeated yet again. So we feel really good about what Darren Gould and the race team are doing. We've got the best engine, we've got the best riders, we've got the best team lead. It's going to be another great race season and another great season for Polaris. I have to tell you that it's a shame that I'm not going to be at the snow show this year. I've got a family commitment, but I hope you understand how committed we are, and personally I am, to this industry and our sport. 2019 will be a record year for investment in snowmobiles. You can imagine how good the news is going to be, not only in 19, what you're about to see, but also throughout the next couple of years. You're also going to get to hear from Chris Musso today. We've got awesome off-road vehicle news coming throughout the year, and really coming off of a year where we had share gains across the board. It really does feel good. I will tell you the technology we're investing in and what we're doing to make your dealership more profitable. I think you're going to find that throughout 2019, you're going to get better news about where Polaris is going and how that's going to make your dealership better in the years ahead. To wrap it up, I just want to say thank you all for helping us have a great year for snow. Some of the largest share gains we've had in quite a while, and I got a feeling that's something that's going to continue. Have a great show, and I'll see you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Executive Vice President for Finance and CFO of Polaris Industries, Mike Speetson.
First, let me say welcome. I know Scott would love to be here. I am thrilled to be here and have the chance to talk to you for a few minutes before we turn it over to Chris and Chris. I want to start, first of all, by saying thank you. Thank you for the great results in 2018, and thank you for the continued partnership that we enjoy and all the great things that are going to come from that. If we look back at 2018, there's a lot to be proud of. First of all, from a product leadership standpoint, not only continued market share gains and improvements in innovation, but also the improvements we made in safety and quality. 2018 saw us get named to the Fortune 500, which means a lot when you think about how big this company's become and how important it is to dealers, to investors, to employees. To be recognized for that is something spectacular. We made the company's largest acquisition in 2018. We moved into an immediate #1 position in pontoon boats. Not only pontoons, but we bought a lot of other great brands within the boat business, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes. And then we continued making massive strategic investments. And you think about many of the headwinds that we've been facing, the fact that we continue to invest heavily in the business. Just a few of them on this page. A new distribution center in Fernley, Nevada that's under construction right now. The fact that we just launched Factory Choice, which is an immensely complex program inside of the company, but something vital to really differentiate us in the marketplace. And continued enhancements in Ride Command. That's just a few of the key investments that we've been making over the past several years. When you think about where this performance came from and what it's leading to, immediately you lead into where our financial performance is. Now, Scott went through these charts last year and talked about the record performance that we were enjoying coming out of a pretty bad year in 2016. I'm happy to report in 2018, those results got even better, with sales up 12% and income up 28%. And we did that despite the fact that we were facing some massive headwinds from tariffs. We continued to heavily invest in the business. And while we did enjoy the benefits of the tax reform here in the U.S., it had a very real cash impact for the business. We were able to reinvest a fair amount of that back into the company to continue to drive innovation and further infrastructure investment in the business. But what really underpins this is how our products performed. And if you think back a year and a half ago, I know as I met with investors, there was a lot of concern. Were we going to be able to withstand the competitive threats that had come onto the market scene? A lot of capacity was being added into the channel. Were we going to be able to not only hold our share, but how much share would we lose? And what I'm happy to show you is we've had share gains across the portfolio. When you look at our off-road vehicle business, share gains in side-by-side and ATVs. When you look at the industry-leading Ranger XP1000, the Turbo S, the Turbo S Velocity, and all the other derivative products that we have in that family, we've been able to not only hold our own, but gain share. And a lot of that is in due part to the work and effort that you all have made. We continue to gain share in our snowmobile business. We had the most successful snow check that we've had in almost 2 decades. The innovation, the continued product development Chris will go through, and the investment that Scott mentioned earlier in terms of record levels in 2019 is really making a big difference in this business, and it's showing up in the results. We continue to gain share in the motorcycle business. It's a very difficult market right now. The heavyweight industry has a ton of challenges. We were able to continue to gain share in businesses funded by this bike right here, the Scout Bobber. We've only been in the marketplace with these bikes for a few years. We now hold a mid-20% share. Continued investment, continuing to push forward, and continuing to see the results come out of that business. I spoke about the boat acquisition we made. We've now moved into a solid #1 position in pontoons. We've also got a platform that gives us exposure not only to the lifestyle elements and the fact that we overlap a substantial number of customers between this business and many of our others, but we also get exposure into segments that we don't have a huge presence, things like fishing. And we think that's going to be a really good play for us as we go forward, and an opportunity to continue to grow and enhance the portfolio. We continue to grow the share of our PG&A business, not only through the great brands that we have, but a substantial investment in innovation. If you look at the attachment rates that we've got on our vehicles now, it is incredible relative to where we were just a few years ago. And we continue to grow in our global adjacent market business. Now, this is a business that sometimes is difficult for us to communicate, that there is a lot of performance involved in these vehicles. Now, sure, when you look at the M-Racer, you can kind of get a sense of that. But the rest of the vehicles, sometimes it's a little bit more difficult. And so we decided we take a page out of our off-road vehicle and our snowmobile business's playbook to see if we can come up with a way to articulate the performance attributes within this business in a little different way. So we'll see if it works. Check this out.
If you want to be a true game maker, sometimes you need to change your own game. And this Polaris machine, for me, it's changing everything. I've conquered mountain powder from Colorado all the way down to Chile. But with timeless engineering and diamond plate construction, this vehicle will take me places I've never dreamed of. The Taylor-Dunn Stock Chaser makes me feel like I can transform from Chris Big Air Brand into warehouse picker Chris. The taper deck has really taken my hop-over game to the next level. I've increased my product technique by 38%. You see this little red arrow? It's not lying to you. That means I'm like killing it. I'm ripping. I mean, this thing can tow 5,000 pounds, almost as much as a soft steel. This thing's kind of falling on a dime. I put a little on a dime. Today, I aspire to be a Taylor-Dunn terrain dominator. My career is reborn because Taylor-Dunn machines are born for more and built to last.
So I don't know, maybe that worked, maybe it didn't. It's a challenge ride, but I think you got the point across. I talked earlier about the product leadership and mentioned that it's not just about the market share gains, it's also about quality and safety. And you all have been through that journey with us. It's not been an easy one, and it's one that we've taken very seriously. And hopefully you can see it's showing up in the results. So when you look at things like warranty claims, customer claims, rework, we are driving those results to improve year after year. And we've made the commitment, we've got the money put behind it, and we're seeing the results. And our commitment is we're going to continue to drive that. And hopefully you'll see that every day in what you're selling for us and what you're servicing for us as we go forward. 2018 also saw great progress in our partnership. In areas like product innovation, it's our obligation to make sure we're giving you the best product to put on your showroom floor to drive traffic and drive retail. And I think we made a lot of improvements in 2018 to do that. Salesforce transformation, making sure that we freed our sales teams up to spend time with you on how to drive retail and move vehicles through your showroom as opposed to doing paperwork. And I think we've made good progress around that. Service excellence, whether that's making it easier to interact with us when there's issues or making it easier to interact with our customers through the various tools and applications that we provide. Again, making good progress on those. Improving customer insights, making sure that we're building off of the vast customer base that we have to make sure that we can provide all the insights that are relevant for how we continue to grow our businesses together. And then improve PG&A availability, a critical component given the high margins and the profitability associated with those products. We did all that despite the fact that we had a lot of external challenges. I think everybody would probably join me in saying we're getting tired of hearing about trade and tariffs and logistics costs. And we're certainly encouraged with the news that we've heard here recently, even as of today, where there's talk of lowering those barriers. But what I can tell you is it doesn't matter, because we are absolutely fundamentally committed to making sure that we're doing the right things for the business. We discussed it very early on when all this trade stuff started. And Scott and I agreed that we were not going to make any short-term decisions. We had to keep the investment going in the business for the long term, and we're not going to make any short-term decisions. And I want to make sure I was on the record with you, hearing that from me front and center, that we are committed to doing the right thing, and we're not going to react to these things on a short-term basis. Now, I think you'll join me in thanking the fact that these three guys not only opened up a machine shop, and not only kept that machine shop going, but turned it into an innovation powerhouse known as Polaris. We're celebrating our 65th anniversary this year, which is a pretty cool fact. And when I step back and I look at the portfolio, I think of Polaris Together. And Polaris Together can mean a lot of things. It can mean all of the different products that we have working together. It can mean working together with our customers, our employees, our dealers. From my standpoint, it really means we've got to start thinking about the business in a different way. One way is we've always been product focused, and we're always going to be product focused. We have created some of the most amazing machines on the market, period. And we're not going to back away from that. And the fact that we continue to invest at the levels we are, I think is reflective of our commitment to that. But what we do have to do is start thinking more proactively about the customer. How do we start thinking differently about how we market, how we develop products and services, how we go to market, how we sell to the customer, and how we service the customer. And those are going to be key aspects that you continue to hear from us as a theme. And it's not an either or, it's an and. We've got to do both. We've got to have superior product, and we've got to have a superior interaction with our customers. And that's what we are absolutely committed to working with you in partnership to make happen. And if we do it right, we'll achieve that vision that Scott laid out last year, being a customer-centered, highly efficient growth company, where we can do everything at one time. We can innovate the most incredible products and have the best customer intimacy that we can. Now, as we look at 2019, there's a few things that we're going to focus on, and you'll hear more about this as we go through not only tonight, but also through the seminars that follow. Number one, we've heard you on dealer profitability loud and clear, and we are absolutely fundamentally committed to supporting the improvement of dealer profitability, period. And Chris is going to talk more about some of the efforts we have underway and the ideas we have aimed at doing that. We also know we need to expand our rider base. We need more people to get in our equipment. And we're committed to helping drive that. And it's not just about more of the same, it's also about finding diverse folks to come into our fold and become part of this Polaris family. Digital is becoming a bigger fact of life. The way people digest information, make decisions is so different today than it was 2 years ago, 5 years ago. We're committed to staying on the leading edge of that and making sure that we're doing everything we can to facilitate and create those digital connections so that we improve the way we interact with our customers and create even more business opportunities. And then the last one that I mentioned is accelerating innovation. We are not going to step off gas. To put this in perspective, we increased R&D in 2018 by 10%. Our plan for 2019 is to increase it 18%. We have effectively, we will be spending about $300 million in R&D. That is double where we were 4 years ago. That's a pretty substantial investment and speaks to the commitment we have in growing this business. So I'm going to end where I started. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you did in 2018. Thank you for everything I know you will do and help us achieve in 2019. And thank you again for your continued partnership. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of Off-Road Vehicles, Chris Newsom.
What a great partner, what a great athlete. I'll tell you what, I had a chance to try to go ride with him. When I say try, I mean I actually went to Colorado and rode with him, and he worked me like a rented donkey. And so I actually feel, it's actually kind of nice for me to see mortal warehouse picker Chris in the Taylor Dunn video, but we do really appreciate him doing that video. So I want to follow up with Mike, or I want to follow on Mike's footsteps and just say thank you guys. I mean, another year, 2018 was another year of being number one in each category. And we went back and looked at it. We were number one in Sportsman, and we've been number one in Sportsman for 7 years straight now. We were number one in Razor. We've been number one in Razor now for 10 years straight. Number one in Ranger. Number one in Ranger now for 12 years straight. And number one in General for 3 years straight since it was introduced. You guys ought to feel great about that. We're excited about it, but we know that there's no way that we could have ever gotten there without you. And it was just an awesome year. And so we're really thankful for that. What I'd like to talk to you about, first I'd like to just give a little report on some of the things we talked about at the Snow Show last year. And then I'll talk to you about the priorities for this coming year. So the first thing I talked to you about last year was something I was really frustrated with. We weren't keeping our promises to you. We had told you that we would ship on time, and we weren't. And we looked at it and we're like, wait a second, every person in our audience is a human being. And every person in America who's a human being is ordering stuff off Amazon and getting it on time. So we've got to elevate our game in a big way. And I told you to take a year to do it, but we went from 50% on-time ship in 2017 to right now we're running at 90%. And a lot of that was fueled by the dealer satisfaction surveys that we were getting from you. Dave Mariofsky on my team, Ken Purcell, who's our leader of operations, they were watching that and seeing that it mattered to you. And they just kept driving it. We know we got more work to do, but we're really proud of the work we've done so far. Also, I challenged you last year to do better on lead follow-up. So we've done a lot of research on it, and obviously these digital leads are really powerful. Your average in 2017 was 29 hours. Your average right now is less than 4 hours, with a good portion of them in less than 15 minutes. The conversion rate is much better when you go that fast, and we really appreciate it. We commend you on that, so thank you for doing that. I also told you we were going to elevate our capabilities, that we were going to be better across the board. I had a chance to go with Ken Purcell to go see our factories about 2 weeks ago. And when I got into them, I saw the factory choice changes that we're making. I saw how much more advanced our factories are getting, how much better our flow is getting, how much better our supplies are getting. And that's going to bleed through not just in factory choice, but across the board. And like for me, you guys rewarded us with it. And you rewarded us in not only business, not only in number one share, but right before Investor Day last year, the Power Sports Business Market Data Book came out, and we poured through it as we always do. And there was this one chart in there that really means a lot to me, meant a lot to our team. And it was this one. If you could only do business with one OEM partner, who do you choose? 32% of you said Polaris. That's within 2 points of as big as the next 3 combined. We feel great about it. We want more. We want to take that Hyosung. We're 16 times better than Hyosung. If anybody's got a question about that, come talk to me after, and we'll make sure you prefer Polaris to Hyosung. But we're trying to get that better than ever, and we're trying to drive that up. But thank you, and thank you for that rating, and thank you for the win behind our sales. We really appreciate it. So now the question is, what are we going to do this year, and how are we going to make business even better? There's 3 things we're thinking about. So the first one is customer-centric. Scott talked about it last year. Mike just talked about it a second ago. We're focused on the customer. The second one is innovation, and the third one is either profitability. So we talked to you about each of them. So we have about 2.5 million off-road customers, give or take. The way I think about it is I think about a stadium full of people, 50,000 person stadium full of people in every state, maybe a couple in California, right? And when I imagine myself going into those stadiums, I see those customers rooting for us, pulling for us, because they believe in Polaris, they're passionate about Polaris, and passionate about what we can do. But 2.5 million people, there's a wide swath of them. There's a different set of customers for Ranger, there's different customers for Razor, different customers for Sportsman. And we're trying to understand them much better so that we talk to them differently, so we can create products that fit them differently, and so that we can just generally give them a different experience, and the experience that they're looking for with their product. And we've made quite a bit of investment in this over the last year. Kyle Dewey and his team have. And there's a couple videos that I want to show you. I'm going to show you a video that I think encapsulates the Ranger customer, and I'm going to show you a different one that talks about the Razor customer. And I want you to come to me and tell me what you think afterward. And the things I want you to look at these customers and tell me, are we capturing them? And also notice just how different they are and how different they think about it. Take a look at this.
We believe hard work makes you stronger. Days are measured by what gets done, and the great outdoors is the best soul cleanser in the world. This country was built by people willing to get their hands dirty. We are their living legacy. We are farmers, ranchers, hunters, homesteaders, and soldiers who do what's right, not what's easy. Grit and determination define who we are. Giving up is never an option. We live for the hard-earned pride of a job well done, and always get ready to do more. There are normal people, and then there's us. Conquerors of dirt, stone, and sand. Going big, going raw, with Roost in the rear view. We are pure adrenaline. Hungry to shred soil, mash trail, and get after it again and again. We believe in kicking down the doors of conformity and living life on the ragged edge. We are always on the throttle, driven by an insatiable lust to devour terrain for the sheer thrill of it. For us and those who join us, there is no other way. And there is no other machine.
So I just love those videos, because as I look at those videos, I just think, what can I do so that when one of my Razor customers looks at my next Razor, they just say, oh yeah, of course, that's obviously the product that I've been waiting for, and Polaris knows me so well that they nailed it. So the next time somebody watches a Ranger communication, or a Ranger email, a Ranger video, they're like, man, is this thing written exactly for me? We want them that way because we know that they love our products now, and we know that we can get them even deeper, and we want them to be part of our family. And so we're pushing hard on that customer centricity. The next one's innovation. So like Mike said, Polaris will spend over $300 million on R&D in 2019. That's across Polaris, and we don't give it out by business group. But we're kind of 2/3 of the business, and you can imagine that it's a split in that range. Nobody else can invest like that. We can invest like that because we're big and because we're number one, and that gives us a chance to run out ahead of everybody else. Remember last year we introduced the RS1 at this show. We introduced the Turbo S at this show. Turbo S, together with our Turbo, those were up 55% last year from where they had been before. That's an incredible number. But we also had more of the industry's biggest launches. We had the Ranger 150. We had the Ranger Mutter. We had Turbo S 4-seater. We had the Ranger Crew up 30% this year. We feel great about our innovation. And we had a big debate in the company. We said this year, do we wait to the snow show to launch the Turbo S Velocity, or should we launch it ahead of time as soon as it's ready? And remember, that's the other thing I committed to you last year. I think I did it by video, but I told you that we were going to launch when we were ready. And we were ready with the Velocity for the King of the Hammers, and so we got it out to the King of the Hammers. But just to remind you, if you haven't seen this product, take a look at this video. outperforms everything else in the world except the Turbo S. The Turbo S has more electronics, has a few more frills, and we heard our customers who came to us and said, these machines, the Turbo S's aren't great if somebody wants to outfit them, and not everybody can afford that, so you can come with a less expensive machine. And that's what we did with Turbo S Velocity, but it is an amazing machine. The other thing we really like about it is with the Turbo S up in 28s, Turbo S Velocity down in 25s, it makes a little ham sandwich. So, these great machines. Okay, so I don't have anything else to reveal to you right now, but I can promise you that over the course of the year, that when we talk next year, you will be very impressed with the stuff that we're coming out with. You don't spend as much we're spending without having some pretty awesome stuff to launch. So it's going to be a great year. Now let me talk to you about dealer profitability. So this is another thing. I've gone and visited a lot of you, and I've heard from you a few things, but one of the things that stings, that really bother me, is that the profitability on Polaris isn't as high as it needs to be. So we've dug into it, we've done a bunch of analysis, we've really been working on it, trying to help figure out what we do to help. The thing that we see more than anything else is that dealers who run a 5-profit center model love us, and dealers who don't like us, right? And so we've got to do everything we can to help you first make more money in the hole, but it's also to run the 5-profit center model. And so here are the 4 P's dealer profitability that I want to talk to you about. First one's product, second one's personalization, third is program, and the fourth is primary market. And they're all there to help you go benefit from all 5 profit centers. So product, I just talked about the innovation investment that we're doing. Factory choice is, it's a huge investment. Guys, I can't explain to you how difficult this has been to get through our plants, but what we're trying to do is take, just like customers have been able to do with SnowCheck, we're going to be able to do this more and more personal with ORV. And as we do that, what we find is that you can capture the value better, because you can get all of these, you can get a product that matches a customer exactly, and the products are pretty scarce, and so you leave them on your floor, you show them the different accessories that they can put on, and you're able to sell more accessories off of them. So factory choice is a really powerful tool. Spend some time thinking about it, come talk to us about it, because we've been thinking about it a lot, and it's a powerful tool to help you to be more profitable. And then PG&A also, obviously, you guys know him here at Snow Dealers, just how valuable and how powerful PG&A can be for you. The second one's personalization. So what I mean by personalization is we want a customer to feel that we know who they are and that we're pulling for them. Just like the stadiums are pulling for us, we want every individual to feel like we're pulling for them. And so what that means is that when they're ready to buy, we send them a personal offer that's going to get into your store and going to get the deal done. And so we're making a big investment in digital. We're making a big investment in understanding how people go through our site and how leads transform into the sale. And one of the things that we've noticed is that when leads go from our site to your sites, we have a great big drop off. And so we introduced this morning a new dealer web certification program. And this is pretty cool. If you haven't learned about it, watch the webinar. More importantly, go to the seminars. But we have 6 of the best webinars that have joined this program. Each of them has elevated their websites here and a block by. You can go look at the different ones, choose one, and then add that on and elevate your site almost instantly. And that'll help that conversion to get closer. It'll help that lead to go from our site to your site and into your dealer. And it's very effective, and we're really excited about it. The next one is program. So on the program, I've talked to a lot of you about promo, and the pretty consistent message I hear from you is that Polaris is out ahead of everybody else on promo. That our programs are good and they're effective, but I don't think they're good enough, and I don't think they're effective enough, so we're continuing to push on the program, right? But we also augment that with MAP, the industry's strongest MAP, and then we transformed our sales force so that we can share best practices with you and help do training and help your staff do retail training better. And then introducing tonight, it's going to take us about a year to get done, we're introducing a new certification program that will help you as you invest in building 5 profit center behaviors. We'll pay you to do it. And I think you guys are really going to like this to roll it out. And then the last one I'll We know we don't do franchises, and we don't do exclusive territories, and we know that dealers are going to compete with each other, right? And we want you to compete with each other. We think that's healthy. We think it's good for the customer. We think it's good for you. It's good for us. What we don't like is we don't like when you sell way out of your area. When you sell way out of your area, it hurts the customer value. It hurts customer experience because how are they going to get the service that they need? And it doesn't do what we need to do. And so we've gone through and we've looked first at we've looked at a bunch of our dealers. We've exited about 75 dealers actually in the last year that didn't meet our standards and that weren't giving the customer experience we needed. So we've helped them to get up. And when we've done that, it's improved the experience for dealers around them, and it's really improved the customer experience. And so now going forward, we're going to continue to push on that, continue to try to help you guys to have more growth opportunity. And the last point on it is one you haven't seen from us before. And that, again, it's going to take us a year or so to get there. But we have some pretty awesome models. We have some pretty awesome factory choice stuff coming out. And we really want you to be closer to home. And so you're going to see that as you're closer to home, it'll be tied closer to your access to some of those models. And as we do that, we really do believe it's going to help you to benefit from all 5 profit centers. These are some pretty big changes we're going to make, but it's like Scott said, and like I said, we're 100% committed to helping you guys to be more profitable, and we're really excited about doing it. Speaking of profitability, as you all know, we're going into March. We got the big spring sales event going. We got some pretty big stuff up there to drive consumer excitement. We hope you're excited about the programs. We hope you're excited about the contest. But we think it's going to be a great year together. So once again, thank you. I think we're number 1 now. I think we're going to be number 1 again, and I think we can continue to extend our lead. So thanks again.
Because we believe that every moment on the snow should be a reason to ride again. To experience more of what unites us as snowmobilers. And to forge deeper bonds in the wild and snowy places we live to ride in. Together, we are born for more. What really moves you? And I mean, on the deepest level. If you're like me, when you slow down and think about your life and what really matters, you see pictures. Mostly of people that you love. Pictures of time together and memories that you couldn't have planned or predicted, but somehow, there they are. They're etched in your mind in a way that brings this unexplainable kind of joy. Every single time you go there. And more times than I can count, those moments in my life were made possible by that crazy snow machine created by the Hittines at David Johnson. Don't you agree? And if it's true for you and me, it's also true 1,000,000 times over for our customers. We are going to have a blast over the next couple of days. There is a lot of new product and business meetings packed with good information. There are new seminars, discussions with your Polaris and Timber-led partners, tons of good stuff. And through it all, we need to keep that customer, that Polaris rider and memory maker at the center of all of it. Because ultimately, every good thing that's happened at this company over the last 65 years, and everything meaningful that will happen for the next 65, starts and ends with the experience of our riders. And the positive impact we make on the lives of our riders and their families is profound. One of the keys to a great customer experience is a healthy business for our dealers. Over the past couple of seasons, we've done a lot to improve profitability and to offset snowfall risk. Dealer inventory is down over 20% since last year. And we got there the right way, by trimming our build and driving a strong snow check to lock in more than 30% of retail before the season even started. And most importantly, this improvement was driven by increased demand for our products. The snow check exclusive Patriot 850 was the key motivator, resulted in the best snow check performance we've had in 17 years. Market share gains have been staggering, as our new Indies put Polaris at the top of the trail segment, and our Pro RMKs are back where they belong, at #1 in the mountains. And it's been especially fun to hear the positive feedback from our 850 riders. Most of them love the 850 and rave about its power and its response. The vast majority have had a trouble-free experience as well, which speaks to the fundamental quality and durability that we built into this all-new design. But not everything was perfect, and I'll get back to that in a minute. Last year, we launched factory choice in snowmobiles, so you can order the majority of your inventory with exactly the specs that you need. You decide colors and features, completely tailoring your inventory to your market. Nobody else has anything remotely like it. Retail results have been outstanding. When you compare it to similar non-customized stocking models, these units are selling about 50% faster. And since you're rarely competing with another dealer for the exact same machine, you can protect margins and treat every sale as unique. Then, our Performance Bonus program drove incremental profitability in over 80% of our dealers. As you know, the beauty of the program is to give you the profitability advantage for sales in your area. Competing dealers selling in your region actually help you get to your market share goals so that you can get paid. Nobody else in the industry delivers a more creative or effective solution to an age-old challenge. And I'd like to take a moment right now to acknowledge the top earning dealers in the Performance program. And by the way, the top earner on this list will pull in more than $100,000 just this year. Congratulations, and thank you. We're also in the process of fundamentally transforming our sales organization. Why? Because we want to be a more effective retail partner. We want to train your team better, to answer your questions faster, and ultimately, to help you make more money. Looking at the latest dealer satisfaction surveys, it's clear that a major positive movement is underway now. You can expect this to continue as we test and learn and ultimately roll out these changes across North America. And last but not least, you're already working with the sales team to build your orders for the vastly improved Polaris Tech 54 riding gear. I just wanted to say how proud I am of the team for the extensive improvements they've made to the style and the function and fit of this gear. I've been riding all season with the Tech 54 monosuit in the mountains, and I've been impressed by how lightweight and breathable and waterproof this piece is. Check this out. know that the family of Polaris riders is one of the most brand loyal communities in the entire world. And make no mistake, they are hungry for gear that lets them fly team colors and let the world know that they ride Polaris. It has been a long and sometimes painful process, but we now offer the best lineup of technical gear in our history. But unfortunately, all was not rosy in our performance this season. Sled shipments were a big negative for us, especially as we reached the heart of the season. Why? We battled through part-related shipment challenges all year. Whether it was schedule changes driven by weak demand at the end of last season, or quality challenges on parts we had built for years, we let you and our customers down. Our build extended well into December, and then the units we shipped late took up 3 weeks to arrive. It was really poor performance, and we owe you better. So what are we going to do about it? Well, most importantly, the 850 Patriot will be built earlier in its second year of production. This puts the start of SnowCheck production in May, 3 months earlier than last year. When all the dust settles, we expect our entire build and all shipments to be complete before Thanksgiving. And our logistics partners are helping us put together a schedule that rolls the sleds out faster. Quality took a half step backwards too. Our new 850 Patriot experienced a low, but still disappointing failure rate when our goal was flawless execution. Thankfully, you and the Polaris service team rallied together to take care of the customers. We fixed the sleds fast. We followed up. We extended their warranties another full year, and we presented them with a PG&A gift card to thank them for their trouble. Responses were terrific, over the top in some cases. And it's likely that loyalty was strengthened in a way that even trouble-free perfection would not have delivered. From a technical standpoint, the team addressed the root cause for model year 20 to drive failure rates down and reliability up. And you'll get all the details on that in our product seminar tomorrow. And of course, we are standing behind the 19s with a full 4-year SnowCheck warranty. We're confident the vast majority of our customers will experience years of trouble-free riding, but we'll have their backs if something goes wrong. So what's next? And how do we both build on our retail momentum and keep improving this business for our customers? Let's get into the details on the 2020 lineup. And let's talk about it from the perspective that really matters the most, the riders. Starting with SnowCheck. What really matters to customers? Pure and simple, it's exclusive product. And we add to that the industry's most extensive customization options. We have, by far, the most compelling early order program in the industry. In our program, riders rule. They build exactly what they want, and then they watch it come to life on our amazing build tool. And if you've never used that, you need to give it a try. You already know last year's SnowCheck was successful beyond expectations. For 20, we're keeping the key ingredient that made that program so motivating. The 850 Patriot will once again be available only during SnowCheck. Last year, some questioned our resolve. Would we really keep it exclusive? Together, you and we made the point very clear. If you want to ride the most exciting power plant in the industry, you have to get your order in early. Thank you for everything that you did to protect the integrity of that program. Your commitment to do the right thing last season built exactly the kind of anticipation we need to maintain the program's momentum over time. And in its second year, we expect even more customers will line up to make sure they're not left behind. It is critical to keep SnowCheck on track because of the big impact it has on snowfall-driven retail risk. And just think about it. How much better would it feel heading into next season with 30 or 40% of your retail already locked in before the season even starts? Many dealers were there last year, and you can be too. And like last year, we're bringing customization to your 600 and 800 stocking models as well. Factory choice is available on all the most popular models: RMK, Indy, Switchback, Titan, and Rush. Once again, you spec the units on your showroom floor exactly the way you want. That makes your inventory completely unique. and it's specifically intended to help you protect margins. Our dealer locator tool will ensure that you have visibility to other dealers' inventory as well, so you can potentially trade for what you need. Remember, as you plan for next season, the online configurator tool gives you the ability to build beautiful images of every unit in your inventory, and then save them so you can show them online. This is an incredibly powerful tool that makes it easier for your in-season customers to see what you have in stock even before they visit. And now I'd like to introduce you to a few customer champions for some exciting new product introductions for model year 20. In all, there are 8 new models built around specific riders to meet their needs in ways that nothing else can. Let's talk first about the new riders. Last season, we introduced Indy Evo. It was a new kind of sled with just the right size and performance for somebody new to our sport. It's thrilling, but not intimidating. Riders love it. It is so easy and fun. But some said, trail riding is great, but what if I need more flotation to play off-trail? For 2020, we have an answer. The Evo family grows with the all-new RMK Evo. This new kind of Evo takes the same approach to make new riders feel at home. Compact ergonomics, easy reach throttle, lower ride height, speed-controlled engine, but then it adds a few new goodies, like mountain handlebars, an adjustable RMK front suspension, gripper skis, and a 144-inch track. Everything a new rider needs to explore off-trail, as well as riding comfort and control on-trail. And we're keeping it affordable to make it easy to own. When we rolled this model out to the press, they were stoked. And they immediately saw it as yet another fresh way to grow the sport that we love. Now, let's shift the focus from new riders to trail performance riders. These riders are never shy to tell you what they expect from their sled. It's got to have great acceleration, flat cornering, aggressive styling, and it needs to be versatile enough to carry gear or maybe even a passenger. Last year, we announced the Indy XC 129, and the response was incredible. The 850 immediately became the top-selling trail sled in the entire industry, while the 600s and 800s also found plenty of new homes. Industry experts were shocked at the ride quality of the Pro CC rear suspension, and they were equally impressed with the way the Rosso engineers maintained that axis form factor. But as good as the 129 is, there are riders looking for even more cross-country toughness. These are the racers, the ultra-performance riders. They have this insatiable appetite for acceleration and speed, and they have an expectation that their sled should take any punishment that they can dish out. Just as Mike Morgan and Chris Olds, who won the Iron Dog Race Alaska about a week ago. This is the world's toughest snowmobile race, and they took home top honors on Indy XCs. All winter, Polaris racers like Jill Hatteen and her husband Alex were out on the lakes and ditches, proving Indy performance and testing its limits on the US XC circuit. In its very first pro race of the season, the Indy took home all 3 top podium spots and put the racing world on notice that it would be a force to be reckoned with this season. Not only is Jill one of the top cross-country racers in the world, she also happens to be a member of the Polaris engineering team in Rosso. Jill is one of the lucky few in the world who gets to bring what she learns on the weekend to her job on Monday as Snowmobile project leader. So from the racetracks across the Snowbelt and the heart and soul of Jill and our race team, meet the newest member of the Indy family, the all-new Indy XCR. XCR is literally a race-ready version of Indy trail sleds. Proven race-specific components are everywhere you look on this sled. Everything is hand-selected to meet the needs of the most demanding riders and conditions. From handlebars, to braking system, to track, to exclusive Walker Evans velocity shock technology. All pieces are in place. This is the most durable, serious, high-performance machine you will find anywhere. The Indy XCR joins the already proven Switchback XCR as the industry's strongest 1-2 performance punch. Let's talk about a different set of high-performance riders. They're looking for precise handling and great acceleration and incredible big bump control as well, but they're also looking for a higher level of versatility. To them, that means go anywhere and bring it with you. For this group of enthusiasts, more traction and more capacity are the name of the game. For 2020, we have some great news for those riders. Meet the all-new Indy XC 137. Like the XC 129, the new 137 shares the Axis platform and perfect rider balance attitude. Move forward just a touch, get the front end to bite, hold line through the corners, then move back and make the front end light, carry it through the bumps. Never was there a sled that was more perfectly balanced than Axis, and never was there a sled with a more perfect mix of smooth ride and versatility in response than the new Indy XC 137. This Indy rides an all-new coupled rear suspension. Geometry is optimized for 137 length to get the balance just right. Shock technology is the best in the business. Look for this skid to offer the best ride of any Polaris crossover sled ever. And the total suspension package, front and rear, will be industry leading, bar none. During snow check, buyers will choose between 11 color packages with multiple variations, including something really special. Model Year 20 marks the 40th anniversary of Indy, the sled that redefined performance and control for the entire industry. To commemorate this milestone, our team put together a fresh take on that 1980 original. I can't wait for you to see it on the showroom tonight. Launching next to the XC are two additional all-new models riding on the same platform. First up is the new Indy Adventure. This new model replaces the Switchback Adventure as the world's most versatile 137. The Adventure rides in the same cross-country, high-performance, tough suspension as the XC, but it adds an all-new, easy-to-use storage bag, a unique bumper design, and mirrors for the high-mile trail riders. And like the Switchback Adventure before it, the new Indy Adventure is a true high-performance adventure bike for the snow. New for Adventure this season is full snow check customization for color, gauge, and track. Riders will be able to dial in their sled perfectly. And finally, there's an all-new 600 Indy SP 137. This one replaces the Switchback SP 144 in our lineup as the best value high-performance crossover out there. Available as a full season stocking model, just as you see here, this sled opens up the door to experience the ride balance control of Axis and the new versatile 137 suspension in a very affordable package. Now, let's turn our attention to the mountains. We have some incredible news there for both snowmobilers and snowbikers. When we talk to riders in the mountains, we hear a pretty simple message. Make it light and make it powerful. But when we dig even deeper, we hear a couple more things. On one hand, we hear the technical tree riders. These riders demand the most precise and responsive and predictable sled they can find. To them, the Pro RMK truly is king. The world's most capable mountain sled has set the standard of performance for years. And every time it looks like the competition might catch up, we just move the bar again. But there's another growing chorus of rider voices as well. We call them the all-mountain riders. Of course, they expect the lightest, most powerful sleds as well. But this group prioritizes versatility in a way that the technical extreme tree riders don't. These riders want the easiest to ride sled in all conditions. They want extremely low effort side hill, even when the snow isn't great. They want the best suspension they can get their hands on, handle the whooped out single tracks and big drops. For 2020, we're answering the needs of these customers in an all new and exciting way. Introducing Khaos, the most agile all-mountain sled you can buy. Khaos achieves new levels of agility and riding ease with a new suspension geometry and innovative new shock technology. Riders feel a very playful machine that rides light and yet has amazing big bump capabilities. The redesigned rear suspension moves the balance point back on the sled so riders can roll it over and carve with virtually no effort. And the light, rigid chassis retains that legendary RMK predictability. Race proven, position sensitive Walker Evans velocity shocks deliver a very smooth, controlled ride with absolutely tenacious bottom resistance. Don't check buyers, choose between the 850 or 800 engines. And you can order the 800 for in-season sales as well. 3 color choices, plus windshield, track, handlebar options, give your customers the chance to make it their own. The Khaos is truly a new kind of RMK. And it's purpose-built for riders who want a sled that's easiest to ride every day, not just when the powder is fresh and deep. I can't wait for you to get a chance to ride it. There's also some big news over at Timbersled. Timbersled is the true pioneer of the modern snow bike. It's the one that rewrote the rules. Every other kit on the market follows the Timbersled architecture, but nobody else delivers the complete experience. Industry-leading products, sold through the best dealer network, with far and away the largest, strongest community of riders. And only Timbersled is backed by the full power and deep snow expertise of Polaris. We are working incredibly hard to grow this business in the sport of snow biking because we see it as one of the best ways to get new riders out on the snow. The dirt bike community is large and healthy, and the bikes are already sitting there in the garage. All we have to do is make it easy for them to try and buy our kits. So what are they looking for? First, they're looking for a dealer who's willing to take them out on the snow for the first time. Timbersled demos have the world's most ridiculous retail conversion rate ever. It's really shocking. You've heard Brett say it, but it's likely that the conversion rate is more than 100%. And I know that sounds crazy, but the truth is that every rider has buddies they'll bring in once they're booked. And this is why we push so visible on our site. Our goal is to create demand for snow bikes and then drive consumers to your store to try them. Also, a one-stop shop. They want our dealers to provide both the information and the accessories they need to create a great on-snow experience. This is why we emphasize in-store ambassadors and why we've created such an extensive library of training materials. Our strategy is to be the definitive leader in delivering a complete snow bike experience. And we have the tools you need to bring that experience to life in your store. From a product perspective, they're looking for easy installation with no bike modifications. They want to ride comfortably all day. And they want the most dirt bike-like experience they can get, regardless of snow conditions. For 2020, we have something very special and completely new. It's a kit that replicates the wheel experience like nothing before. Introducing the all-new Timbersled Riot.
It feels more like a dirt bike than any snow bike kit I've ridden.
You know, this thing is opening up a whole new world from snow bikes.
I'm not gonna lie, you had this at garage, down car. Oh, it's awesome.
The new Timbersled feels like
motorcycle. More than anything else.
Before, in other systems that we've tested, it feels like you're pushing, you're really working hard. This takes a lot of that kind of effort of it. It's more just seamless. It just happens, just as you would on a normal dirt bike.
The sure balance points, it feel like almost like there's fire. I mean, it's fundamentally different from the aero platform. Man, I think just with some more time on this thing, it's going to be just like I'm riding my dirt bike at home.
This was a different end of riding. It was because I've been riding for so long. I stepped home, it was just completely different than before.
The smile factors, my cheeks be here from it, just riding it for a few minutes.
Oh, the turn from left to right is so easy to control. And my first impression was the suspension, like you can do really like nothing. We feel like riding a mountain bike, so light, very similar to a bike, very flippable, very movable.
Ride is unbelievably fun. The transfer is the most playful kid I've been on.
What surprised me most about the new timber sled is how easy the front end comes out. You grab the throttle, the front end comes out. I think you're going to see guys doing multiple gear wheelies on these things. It's pretty cool.
It was a lot of fun, and my arm was sore. Hanging on.
It handles like a dirt bike. It is a dirt bike.
Riot built on the Aero platform. But like the RMK Khaos, the Riot creates an entirely new kind of riding experience. By purposely adjusting the balance of the snow bike, we have a kit that rides light and nimble and can lift a ski at will, just like a dirt bike. The result is an incredibly playful ride on the hill or on the track. The Timber Sled team created this more responsive dynamic by designing an all-new, lighter rear suspension on a new platform with Aero DNA. Riot's available in snow check with color options and ultra premium QS3 shocks, and in season with more value-conscious pricing features. The Riot's compatible with all key Timber Sled accessories, like our new fuel carry system and trio front suspension. Look for tonight on the showroom floor and get all your questions answered. This new platform will be incredibly important for your business as it opens up the door to dirt bike riders in a completely new and very compelling way. As exciting and impactful as the Riot is to your snow bike business, we didn't stop there. We have even more news to generate buzz and drive consumers to your dealership. As a Timber Sled dealer, you already have access to the largest installed base of snow bike riders in the world, bar none. And these guys are highly motivated to go for the biggest, baddest thing out there. For 2020, we have something very special, incredibly exciting, that's perfect for them. The new kit I'm about to introduce will rewrite the rulebook once again about what's possible with a snow bike and bring a completely new dimension to the idea of anywhere you want to go. Meet the all-new and ultra-exclusive Aero 3. This is a new breed of aero that obliterates the compromise between agility and deep snow capability. Imagine a bike that combines the agility of a 129 with the extreme snow mobility of a 137. The Aero 3 chassis is designed around an all-new, industry-exclusive 129 by 3-inch track, a first for snow bikes. This new track, coupled with the light and agile Aero chassis, delivers deep snow capability that will simply blow you away. For riders in the steepest and deepest terrain, the Aero 3 is a must-have. It is quite simply the most capable and fun-to-ride deep snow weapon we have ever built. Make sure you attend the Timber Sled product seminar to get the full details on the entire lineup, from the all-new Riot to the new King of the Powder, Aero 3. Well, it's time to wrap things up. Thanks for being here tonight. It is always fun to share these launches with you because in our business, product really matters. You've seen a lot of news on that front, more than anyone else in the industry. 8 new snow and timber sled models, all designed around the customer. And all of them are bullseye products aimed at the heart of the market. Think about it. What could be more exciting to a performance rider than Indy XCR? Or an all-new Indy 137? What could be more fun than bringing new riders into our sport on our growing family of Evos? or inspiring dirt bikers to dust off their bikes and finally just get out there on snow. And what could be cooler than introducing a new kind of RMK for riders who are looking for an easier and more playful riding experience? Get to know all of these new models tonight. Every one of them will make a difference for you, starting right now. And hopefully, you've also felt the lift from our effort to improve profitability and reduce risk. You have a compelling snow check program proven to drive pre-season retail. You have an industry exclusive performance bonus that rewards you for sales close to home. You have the most variety and most control over which models and features you sell in your store through factory choice. Nobody else comes anywhere close. And as we look toward the future, you have our commitment to innovate and fight relentlessly to win in this business. But most importantly, beyond all the cool videos and the programs and all the amazing hardware, we share something incredibly special. We are riders who get to serve other riders. Ultimately, isn't that why we're here? We get to help thousands upon thousands of people just like us create those little scrapbooks in their hearts. The kind that brings them joy and draws them closer together with the people they love. What an amazing and precious gift that is.
We started this journey in Roseau, Minnesota in 1854. We respect our whole beginnings and know hard work brings success. We love to innovate and lead our sport because stoking passion and sharing family and friends is what drives us. Like you, we never back down from a challenge and are quick to lend a helping hand. We elevate the spirit of the snowmobile experience in every sense, from finding out what lies beyond the next rise to choosing the line less taken. We believe that every moment on the snow should be a reason to ride again. We live the riding experience, understand the riding experience, and work to make it better. Our riding community fuels us and is our passion. Polaris wrote the earliest chapters of the snowmobile story and is still here, writing its future.